One with Colin Thompson is brought to you by title sponsors Cricketstar.net, the online cricket league administration, results and statistical management system, providing you with information beyond the cricket boundaries.
Okay, so welcome back, and we are now joined by the legend himself, the man himself, Mr. Courtney Walsh. Mr. Walsh, welcome to Bermuda and welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Very honored to have you on board, and you've been here as manager, so you've been very busy. Certainly not a vacation.
Very, very busy. I'm happy to be here. It's been a while since I've been back, and I just want to thank the people of Bermuda for their hospitality and the warm welcome which was shed out to me and my Melbourne squadron upon arrival. And all throughout our stay, it's been tremendous, and has been a very enjoyable experience.
In terms of the cricket, what's your thoughts on the cricket?
Well, I think some good cricket was played. I'm very, very impressed with what happened and how the cricket was played, especially from my perspective, where we brought a very young team here, and the guys, I thought, gave a very, very good account of themselves. And my most important thing is that they would learn something from this type of tour. And we, I think, played some good cricket to give the Bermudan team enough practice or enough competition to sort of get them on their P's and Q's as well. So I think, all in all, cricket was the winner for this tour, and I was very impressed with the type of cricket that's been played by both teams.
Of course, you were a fast bowler, and what did you think of our fast bowlers? Young Kamal Levrock, Malachi Jones.
They were pretty consistent, a little bit of fine-tuning here and there, but which I wouldn't tell them why they were playing against us. But no, the enthusiasm looks good. They look good prospects, and I mean, just a little bit of fine-tuning, and I think they have places to go. But they were very impressive, and today I thought they bowled pretty well on a wicket. That was very helpful to them, which was very good to see, because oftentimes you get bowlers, and if it's conducive to your type of bowler, you get carried away. They were very disciplined in the line and let that they bowled, and I think that's the way the game was won by Bermuda.
So overall, you were pleased with the way things went in this tour?
Yeah, very pleased with the way things went. I mean, as manager of the team, everything was more or less laid down by the organizers and the sponsors and the people who were in high position. And I mean, I know her name is going to be called a lot. Molly was tremendous. She made sure everything was well put together, and it made my job a lot easier. We just had to focus on the cricket and look after our president who was here, so to make sure that he would keep him on the straight and narrow, because he's a very big unit. But I think all the guys were very appreciative of this tour, and we're hoping that we can sort of reciprocate in Jamaica and come back again here to Bermuda. So we're all excited about what happened, and we're hoping that from this we can bond a sort of friendship and relationship going forward, where the cricketing icons can meet in terms of whether it's Somerset Bermuda Cricket Association, Melbourne Cricket Club, and hopefully the JC as well, our Jamaica Cricket Association will sort of feed off it as well, and see the importance of tours like these, because tours like these can make or break cricketers.
Now, of course, you went on. You started at Melbourne. You perfected your craft or began the journey at Melbourne, and then obviously went on to greatness. 519 Test wickets, the most by a West Indian bowler, and obviously 1,807 first-class wickets, 227 ODI wickets, and we can go on and on and on. How much, of an influence was Melbourne in your early career?
Well, that's where it all started for me. I mean, Melbourne was like a stone throw away from where I live, and as a kid, the first opportunity you get, you go to Melbourne, and then when you start to rub shoulders with people like Bruce Wellington, Arthur Barrett, as people who were playing at a higher level, and then a fellow by the name of Cecil Lawson, and then Michael Holden, who was younger than them. When we saw him getting this opportunity, obviously a lot of youngsters, I think the door was open for a lot more youngsters as well. And Melbourne was there for me, and Melbourne has been there for me, and Melbourne will always be there, and it's a very good opportunity for me to give back to the club, and I've tried to do that in a number of different capacity. I was once the president. I used to captain the team. I coached a team a couple of seasons ago, and here I am now as manager. So whatever I can do to give back to Melbourne, I've always been happy to do so. So I was very thankful of the opportunity to come and try to help these youngsters, because that's the role I saw. And as the question you asked about Melbourne, it gave me my upward mobility in life, and I'm just hoping to guide some of these youngsters so that they can head in the same direction as well.
And how important is it to, once you've succeeded in your choices, how important is it to give back, go back into that community, go back to that club, and give back?
I think it's very, very important. I think it sort of set the trend, because the experience and the knowledge that you gain, you need to pass it back on to these youngsters. And yes, we have got good cricketers, but what I've learned to understand as well is that if the guys are not able to think on the feet and they don't get good guidance, that ability can go to waste. So I'm trying to mix the blend of both, where you give good guidance along with helping them to develop in the cricket.
So it's more than just a cricket.
It's more than just a cricket, yeah.
Well-rounded citizens.
Yeah.
Speaking to Mr. Atkinson before he came, he alleges that you used to come over to the club as a youngster, and they used to use you as a fielder because you wasn't physically ready yet, and you would just field out in the deep, and that's how it all started?
It started for me as a youngster at Melbourne. In fact, I used to go to practice and I couldn't get a ball. I was just on the field, as you said, on the boundary field, and you couldn't get a ball. The first time I got a ball at Melbourne, I felt over the moon. Not to mention get a bat in the nets. So sometimes you see these youngsters that want to do everything, and I said to them, when I came here, I could only feel and throw the ball in. Whenever they were short of a ball and I got a ball, I was over the moon. I didn't get a bat in the nets. If I wanted to get a bat, you have to organize your own practice. All right, and that is where it all started for me. And I also remember distinctly, I used to come in from school in the afternoons. In those days, they have what we call...
One with Colin Thompson is brought to you by title sponsors Cricketstar.net, the online cricket league administration, results and statistical management system, providing you with information beyond the cricket boundary.